Hello, hello. Rock meditation, another video attempt. Yesterday, I could not make a video. It would go into slow motion and freeze up. I took the cookies out, cookie, and I did all kinds of things to free my system up from the spyware and all of this. And then I even did an update and all of this, getting the spyware and malware out, which I constantly get. I not only get it from corporations, I also get it from hackers who are monitoring every single move as an activist who has nothing to hide, but they act like I'm some kind of, I don't know, suspicious person or something. I don't know what's going. Maybe it's just paranoia. I hope it is. But there is a guy who is constantly disabling the reply notifications on YouTube for me. Every day I have to readjust it, every single day. And then it seems like as soon as I take the cookies out and I go back into the camera program, the cookies are back in, or the spyware thing is back in, and then I don't know what the Google Play updates are all about. This is updating like several times per day, and I wonder whether that is Google or whether Google has their own spy programs or whether the hackers are working together with Google. I have no idea who any of these people are. I'm just a clay and putty lady. Yeah, I am not some kind of governmental, or I'm not working for Russia or something. It's like I'm just this innocent grandmother who's working on her computer to make the world a better place, right? That's all I am. But anyway, whatever. Okay, so I observe people on the internet and I see that, as the Buddha already said, everything is a misunderstanding. So people get frustrated. I get frustrated sometimes. I get frustrated over the coldness in the world, the callousness of people, this indifference, lack of caring, lack of compassion. Very, very, very sad, very heartbreaking to see. But then I have to step back and I have to ask myself, why is this? Why are people like this? It's also genetic. Dr. Adrian Rain talks about it. He does research with fMRI machines, and he sees that there's a clear difference in the brain formations. The amygdala are atrophied in violent criminals and psychopaths who have no compassion, no ability to empathize, put themselves into someone else's situation and see it from their point of view. They don't have that ability. They don't have the mirror neurons that gives them the chance to identify themselves with the other person. For them, it's just me versus them, me versus you. The dualistic mind state, which is a very frozen and very, very fearful mind state, to always view the other person as a threat. You view an old grandmother doing her activism, her couch activism, as a threat to you. She says anything. She could say global warming. She could say something cute. She could say, I'm going to go into my kiddie pool jacuzzi tonight, And the other person would, a very, very volatile person, would take that as some kind of affront against him, as some kind of like a snappy mocking or something. It would be completely misunderstood what someone else says, particularly in chat rooms where we don't even see people's facial expressions while we're typing and while we're reading other people's comments. So there's a lot of misinterpretation going on. There's no more communion happening. It's just like they read something, they perceive it as a mocking. The ego immediately perceives it as a threat to its existence, and they go into a combat mode, or a combat mode over some child, teenager, grandmother, middle-aged person, grandfather, anyone who's just trying to reach out and have a conversation with someone. Yeah? Just not feel so alone. Okay, so everyone in the chat room is alone. Everyone is lonely. Everyone is lonely. Every one of you. Okay, myself included. Okay, so we have a lot in common, but people see the other person as the opponent. You see someone is educated, someone has good grammar. Immediately the ego of someone who's volatile will go into a defensive mind state. Immediately the volatile person's ego will think, oh, she must be arrogant because she's educated. She must be privileged because she has white skin. She's privileged. Okay, people need to understand that this is extreme insanity. Okay, all of this. This is total ego. Total. Ego is insanity. Ego reaction like this, where there's no reason whatsoever left. That's total insanity. Please understand this. Please, please, please understand this. Okay. Not everyone is there out to get you. Okay. And also sexual interpretations. That seems like the number one bully tool nowadays. Like to bully everyone to bully everyone. It's also a projection from them. It's like they are interpreting someone else doing whatever they're doing with their own motives that they have. Like a bully will come in there and he wants to see women, and then he wants to develop a sexual fantasy around them of some sort. Okay. And then when they see the women there a lot, and they argue and they're doing their own thing, totally not sexually oriented, not intended, okay, talking about other things, but the troll who comes there, who wants to get off with this, he will then project and interpret his own motives into other people. Now the slow motion is starting up again. I don't know if I can. I'm going to have to turn this off before the 15 minutes. So, but this is what's going on. There's a lot of interpreting. Okay, first of all, almost no woman who comes into a chat room comes there with sexual intentions. Okay, this is a fact. So I'm shining it this direction here. So most women that come into a chat just want to talk to someone, to a woman or a man or anyone. They don't know what your age is. They don't know whether they're talking to a child or an adult, unless it becomes very evident when the child talks about their toys and stuff like this. Then we know this is a very small child, like 8 years old or something. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no need to bully someone because they're a child or they're... I see that this is what's happening. The people get the most respect are men between 18 and 60, something like this. They get, and it's still this totally sexist-oriented society where the women, they're being ridiculed. They're always trying to keep the woman underneath, like, oh yeah, they're infantilizing the woman, oh, that's cute, what she just said, that's just, oh, women. Yeah, that's that behavior. The child gets bullied. Oh, you're just a child. How old are you? 11? This is the kind of stuff it's always shaming, bullying, and that bullying is done by men. Okay, vastly by men. Okay, very, very few women that are doing this kind of bullying, particularly bullying children or anyone who's just trying to have a normal conversation. There are some women that are kind of fingernail scratchy, towards other women. I ignore those completely. So I block some of them. So I don't want to, I feel sorry for them because I know that they suffer and they want to be the queen in there. And it sucks for them if, they're not that informed. Obviously, most people are not very informed. So when they're not very informed, they don't have much to say, right? The only thing they can do then is like try to appear sexy or something. That's not enough for a conversation, though. And then when they see that someone else gets comments back because that other woman is educated and has something to offer, comes whatever comments, peaceful or hateful comments, but the educated woman gets the comments, not because she is so much more attractive. We don't know how any of you look like, okay? But because she's educated, okay, this is a fact. She gets more comments back, okay? And then the ladies go, they get real mad and scratch her and say, you think you're the queen, huh? No, Grandma never said she's queen. Okay. So we're just putting some fact check again. So anyway, it's very difficult to talk in a normal way to people because in most people it's just ego dominating the entire brain. And we need to become aware about this. Let's become aware. If you can just drop the ego enough to see the other person is not there mocking you, the other person's commas in the sentence are not mocking you, they're not telling you that you're uneducated. Okay. Good grammar is not mocking you. They just have good grammar because they're educated. They're not bragging with it. They're just writing the way they have learned it. Okay, so it's not always out to put you down or to make you feel bad. Okay, we need to become aware about this very seriously. Okay, so you guys take care.